They call me Dan, the Lakers fan. And I got a master plan for the Lakers back to the promised land. Spread the vision through my people, cause we fans are equal. When we reach 20K subs, yeah, we gon' drop a sequel. Another Laker anthem track, watch me run it back. Got the keys to the city where my Laker jet.
What up, Laker family? It is your boy DTLF back with another video. And thank God the Lakers are finally making a move. And not just any kind of move. I know most people will look at this kid's stats and just discard him as like an average move. But I'm here to tell you right now that I really like the direction in which the Lakers are trying to make this move in and what that would mean for the roster. And also somebody would have to either get traded or cut in order for this to happen. But Shams, we finally got some breaking news. It's always good when you see Shams' name attached to the Lakers. And it says here, 7-footer Christian Koloko is finalizing a return to the NBA, and the Los Angeles Lakers are the front runners to sign him among the Raptors, the Clippers. They're always in there. The Spurs, sources tell, Koloko is waiting for clearance to play from NBA's fitness panel. However, he is eligible to sign right now as we speak. And everybody started hitting me up. My phone started blowing up. I love it when this happens. That means the Lakers, we have some action. Now, sources say that the Lakers are in need for a front court help. Are the leaders to sign Koloko, the 22-year-old? First of all, I'm confused because if you Google him, it says he's 24-year-old. But right now, Shams is saying he's 22 years old. And, the second pick from the Raptors, he has been deciding amongst multiple teams and is now finalizing commitment on a deal to make his NBA return, baby. So why am I happy about this? You're talking about Christian Koloko, who career-wise, he's only averaged 3 points per game, 2.9 rebounds, 0.5 assists, shooting 48% from the field. For one, I'm excited because the Lakers are in dire need of a 7-footer, especially due to the injuries. And here he is, a very explosive, super athletic, wiry 7-footer. I do have League Pass. I've had the pleasure to watch this kid come off the bench for the Raptors a couple of occasions. And for a lot of people that don't know, he had a respiratory issue last season, which is why Masai Ujiri let him go and they cut him from the Raptors. It's not due to his potential. Matter of fact, if you ask Raptors fans, they're very high and they were hoping to get this kid back. And if the Lakers can get a young player like Christian Koloko, who still was on his rookie contract, he never even got an opportunity to get a second contract. It's exactly what the doctors ordered. All right, an inexpensive big man who can rim protect. He's not a Walker Kessler by any means, but also he does have that type of potential. A legit 7-footer with a great wingspan, can jump out of the building, and he's very wiry and moves extremely well. Can probably switch and guard multiple positions, probably from the 5 to the 4, and he would be a great pickup, man. He would be a great pickup, and the fact that he's choosing us only tells you that the Lakers have been doing their due diligence due to the fact that Anthony Davis said he wants to play alongside a big man. Now, I'm not clamoring that if we get this guy, right, that he is the answer at the starting center next to AD. But what I am saying is that if he is indeed 22 years of age, he has a tremendous upside, and he has averaged 1 block a game in 13 minutes. So you're talking about somebody who's going to come in and right away, he's going to give you some great minutes. He's going to give you some great energy, and he's going to do some phenomenal things. Again, great job by the Lakers if they are able to execute this. Now, this isn't official breaking news because I'm telling you, there's still a chance he could decide to go elsewhere. And Lord knows, we have been duped all summer long by coaches and by everybody. So this will be a great acquisition. It's not official yet, but the news is that we are in heavy pursuit of this young man right here. Now, there was a lot of eyebrows raised today because Jeanie Buss had some interesting things to say about LeBron James being the GOAT and whatnot. And, the Laker fans being patient. But this right here will be a great move. This will be a phenomenal move. I'll take comments, questions, concerns, guys. I have seen this guy play sparingly because I'll admit I wasn't, the most avid Raptors watcher on League Pass. But I will say I have seen him play before, and I am impressed by what he brings. I think he has the potential to be a Serge Ibaka type, maybe less gifted on the offensive end, but he could definitely catch some lobs, roll to the basket, rim protect, grab some rebounds, and do some dirty work. He might be a better version of Jackson Hayes. Not as explosive, but a lot better defensively, I believe. So I hope that they are able to seal this officially, and then I will put breaking news on the title of my next video. D Free says, I'll say this doesn't mean anything to me unless they're committed to freeing up a spot, which they weren't willing to do for any other free agents. You know what, D Free? I agree with you. However, this guy, Christian Koloko, if it's true, in fact, that he's only 22, I can neither deny or confirm because, again, Google says 24. Meanwhile, Sham says 22. So I'm going to take his word for it. He fits in with the young core. So I could see why the Lakers would want to grab a young piece like this because he was a second-round pick. But there was one stretch when I remember Raptors fans were speaking really highly of Christian Koloko and saying he was lottery-level talent, right, during last year. I remember. And then he got that respiratory infection, and that ruined everything for him. But this would be a tremendous acquisition here by the Lakers in a sense that you're getting a young, talented individual who was only out of the league due to an injury, and you're getting him for nothing. So, again, sources are saying that the Lakers, are the front runner, and I really hope that they're able to close this out because I'm telling you right now, Christian Koloko, and some of you guys haven't seen his highlights, but I'm going to show you his highlights right now. Matter of fact, I got the volume in order to bear with me. I got to mute the volume in order to show you the highlights. I don't want to get copyrighted, but yeah, I think this kid, man, you guys are going to like him. He's a high wire act. Like I said, I think he has Rob Pelinka. I'm sorry. I think he has Serge Ibaka type level talent. I always thought that of him. I saw him. I was like, okay, he's going to be another one of those type players who are going to come in here and give you tons of energy. But here's his highlights right here. Mouse acting up. There you go. Loaded up the highlights here. All right. As you can see, very explosive athlete. He's going to lend a lot of front court depth. Whether he comes off the bench or start, most likely he will come off the bench. He doesn't have a lot of experience in the NBA unless he really thrives. But here he is. Here he is on the defensive. Look at the way he runs the floor for a big man. That's exciting. There he is again on the break, getting the easy basket. Again, very long, very wiry. A true, legit 7-footer in today's NBA is great. Look at that. Posting up, finishing around the basket. How can you not? Look at the defense right here. He's guarding a point guard right there, by the way. Or a shooting guard, should I say. Look, rim protect. That's what gets me excited. Look at the way he attacks viciously the rim. But again, these are highlights could look good on anybody. He's still very raw and inexperienced, and he's going to have to get developed properly in order for this whole project to work. But how can you not like this? Look at this, posting up there a little bit. Good size on the kid. Moves extremely well. Nice pass there to the dive man. And he's just a workhorse. That's one thing I do know about Christian. He's an effort player. Can you imagine him coming off the bench or sometimes even finishing games alongside AD? Definitely exactly what the doctors ordered, just a hard-nosed player who plays hard every single possession. That's what he is. And look at him, spacing the floor. He shows floor spacing potential, but we haven't seen enough of it to really get excited for that. However, energy, youth, fits the timeline. I like it. I like it. Now, is he the end-all, be-all for the Lakers at the center position? No. I still think, we'd be better suited off going out and getting a Walker Kessler, but a big is a big, fam. A big is a big, and we will take it for sure. Let's see here. Where's the roster spot? Well, I think that's something that they're probably negotiating right now. They're going to have to buy a player out if they or trade a player away if they want a player like this. So he said, Dan, Raptors fans are annoyed he was definitely left. I'm telling you, I got to see him a couple of times. I'd be excited if we landed this young buck. We're looking at Christian Koloko, man. That is who the Lakers are pursuing. And I'm doing good, brother. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. We're just ramping up, getting ready for the season. Again, a lot of fans are not going to know who he is, but he was a bench player for the Raptors. And he was a second-round pick. I believe he was like a mid to late 30-round pick, like 35, 36 around there, that he was drafted by the Raptors. And, again, they were really high on him for the right reasons. Yeah, but it's not just about him being young or fitting in. They have to give up capital to get off of the current contract. They can't just waive a player. They're also $40K below the apron. Well, we'll see what the Lakers have to maneuver because apparently there's been some deals that have been there. They just haven't liked them. If they like this kid, or what if they're offering him a two-way contract? Remember, I mean, they could always get off of one of those two-way contracts and give it to him, although I don't believe that's the case. I don't believe that's the contract. It'll be interesting to see how this story develops, and I will bring you guys more videos as the story develops. But for now, this is all we have. Lakers are interested. Christian is interested back, and we might have a marriage there. We'll see. Jeanie Buss ain't gonna do nothing. Don't get your hopes up, then. We'll see, Tony. We will see. Tamika, what's up? Good to see you. These factors are why we haven't gotten off the Cam or anybody else thus far this offseason. And it's going to be interesting to see. This is Rob Pelinka's job. This is not our job as fans to solve what they got to do to get a contract like this. But how many assets would you have to give to get off of a contract? I don't think you can. You should be able to give up more than 1 second round pick or 2 max to get up off a contract and have somebody clear up a roster spot. So, I'm not too concerned with that. But I am high on this kid, and I would love to see what this new coaching staff could do with a young prospect like this, especially since we're going to be thin at the front court with the front court depth. Remember, yesterday I made a video, or 2 days ago I made a video, and I talked about how I wanted to see the Lakers make a move and get a backup big or starting caliber big, and here they are trying to make a move. So I can't be too critical on it, but let's see. Hey, I'm doing good, Jeremy. Good to see you, man. Good to see all my regulars back here, man. The season's almost underway. We're extremely excited, to get this new year here with the new coaching staff. Still a lot of things to be excited about. He looks fast. He is. He's very explosive, very athletic, and I definitely like what we saw there from Christian. But like I said, he's not a finished or polished product. So these coaches are definitely going to have to get their hands on him. He does have some experience. He has 2 years under his belt in the league, and 33rd pick. Thank you, Savage. But yeah, Christian Koloko. Again, for those of you that are just tuning in, Shams reporting that Christian Koloko is working to make his return to the league, and that the Lakers are indeed the front runners for his services. The Clippers, the Spurs, amongst other teams, also interested in this young kid. And there's a reason why there's plenty of interest this late in the offseason. It's because he does have a lot of potential. Again, the average fan is not going to know who he is. That's okay. That's why we're here. That's why we're here, fam. We're here to explain that this is a legit 7-footer. Even better than the option I spoke of earlier. I said Moses Brown. This kid might be able to move and switch different positions a little bit better defensively. But again, very, very raw. Yeah, finally some news, Ian. But I'm glad it's better late than never. And this might be a golden opportunity for Lakers, not just to get us a serviceable backup big, but also a big for the future. What do you know? What if Christian Koloko was our starting big for the future, right? He just needs a year or 2 under his belt. We'll see. Lakers are the land of opportunities, though. We always give young players opportunities. We gave Cam Reddish an opportunity last year. He semi-capitalized before the injury. He was looking decent defensively. And then he got hurt, and everything was downhill after that. Appreciate you, Gimiko. Thank you so much. But it's funny, I was over there on Playback TV streaming and on primetime when I got this news, and I'm like, oh man, yeah, we got to go live, because finally a big man that I think that Laker fans would endear themselves to, especially if he gets some minutes. And I think it's a golden opportunity for him because he's going to get some minutes early on, especially due to the injuries to Vando and that's still lingering, and obviously Christian Wood being out for 8 weeks at the minimum before being reevaluated. So again, I think this Christian Koloko news hits perfectly at the right time. I'll take a couple questions, though. Let's see here. How does Rob still have a job? We will see what happens, man. He's going to have to put his ducks in order and get things right, because it's not acceptable that we continue to have some gaping holes before the season starts again. But I am glad that AD has spoken up, and a day later, here we are trying to get some sort of a big man to go alongside this lineup. My guy, Ree, says, if we get rid of D'Lo, who will be our point guard? Good question. We get rid of D'Angelo Russell. I think Gabe Vincent could step up here. He has experience. He was a part of a championship contending team that was in the Eastern Conference Finals a couple of seasons ago in the Miami Heat. So I think he could definitely step up. I think you could run a lineup with where LeBron is really a point, although they want him to do less ball handling, so that's not likely. So I do believe that could happen. All right, this is what I'm going to do for you guys. I know you guys want to get your opinions off here, and it is Friday, so I am going to open up the phone lines and have a couple of you guys come up one at a time and give you guys an opinion on the Lakers front office, what Jeanie Buss said earlier, because I know some people were disgruntled. It didn't bother me too much because I'm not worried about people's opinions on. I know who my GOAT is. Some people did get bothered about her kind of flip-flopping. She always used to say Kobe was the GOAT, and now she said LeBron might be the GOAT. So again, If you guys want to come up, I just dropped the link right there below on the chat. It is Phone Call Friday. I am willing to take maybe a phone call or two here and there. But it's going to get interesting because this move is not finalized by any means necessary. Like my good friend D Free said, they would still have to move some things around in order to make it happen. So, but it is good news that they're trying to finalize something here. At least we're trying to improve the roster. That's all we can ask for now. That's all we can ask for. My friend D Free says, yeah, don't get me wrong. I'd be very happy with another big on the roster. And yeah, I would probably take about a second. But there were other free agents like Trent that they missed out on because of this. I agree, man. And I don't and I agree with you in multiple senses. For one, the Lakers haven't done a very good job this offseason in of anything, right? Rumor has it we could have had Jonas Valanciunas for cheaper than the Wizards got him, right? So that is intriguing. There's a couple of blemishes in this offseason, but I'd rather something good going now rather than nothing, to be honest. All right, let's take our first caller, and that is my good friend. Hold up, let me see. My mouse is acting up, bro. I can't even get to your screen right now. There he is. My good friend Maurice. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
What's going on, man? It's been a while. It's been a while. I've been working towards building on TikTok and, still trying to, build on YouTube as well. So, I'm
Yeah,
on both platforms now. So,
nice, my brother. Glad to hear from you, man. How's your summer been so far?
man, summer has been fine. It's been good, man. It's been treating me good. Of course, me having to work and all
Yeah,
and coming home tired, but, you know, I have to, power through it.
yeah, absolutely, man. But look, how do you feel so far about the Lakers, what they've done this offseason, and what they're trying to do right now by adding a young athletic big like Christian?
It's a big letdown so far as of the off season. Um, even more of a letdown now that you didn't say Christian Wood gonna be out for 8 weeks.
8 weeks, my brother. I don't know if you've been tapping in, but I dropped the news the other day. He is gonna have another surgery on that knee, that same knee that he had a surgery on in March. I believe it was in March. I think so. So it's a lot concerning for reals, but go get yourself an insurance policy. You get a young player who can maybe grow with the system we have. Some of these coaches are really into developing young talent, so I get excited when I see young players like this get an opportunity, right?
Yeah, I'm excited. What I'm not excited about is this medical staff. Clearly, there needs to be some firing going on in that regime
Mm.
because, like,
Well, we have a
I
brand new medical staff. Not to cut you off, sorry, but we have a brand new medical staff. So yeah, we kind of did revamp everything, bro. So
oh, okay, okay,
let's
okay.
see what they do this season.
Yeah, let's see what they do. Cause already heard about Vando. I'm just like, man, we just got the dude back. Like, I mean, when season ain't even started yet, he already hurt.
Yeah,
And him and Christian Wood finna go, and I'm just like, oh my god, Lord, Lakers ain't gonna get no good luck.
bro, we started off the season wrong, but you know what? I'll be honest with you, man. These we're still over a month away from the start of the actual regular season.
Right.
And I kind of, if we have to iron anything out, I would love if we do it now because
Yeah.
if this was happening like October 22nd when the first game starts, then I'd be really disappointed. We're heading into the season, and so I'm glad we kind of got a month of cushion to try to address some things. And this Christian Koloko acquisition could end up being an underrated one, but nothing's official yet.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too excited about it because they still
Right.
have to close the deal and they have some things to do before they acquire this young man.
Right.
Um, do you think you ever seen him play? First of all, let me ask you that, Maurice.
That's another thing because the highlights that you showed was like more so offensively. I want to know what he's gonna do defensively because
He's a
we're
shot
gonna need.
blocker. He's an
Okay,
energy
he's a shot.
smart guy. You know what he reminds me of? You remember Ed Davis a couple of years ago? Ed Davis.
Yes,
That's what he reminds me of, energy
Ed
wise,
Davis. I remember him.
but more athletic. I will say this: more athletic than Ed, and that is the exciting part of it. However, Ed had a motor on the defensive end, and I want to see if this kid's going to have the same motor. I've seen it, and I've only watched him play in spurts here and there, and he's still,
Right.
like I said, 22 years young, extremely young, has some polishing to do. The last thing I want is for us to get another uh, foul-prone player like Jackson Hayes. And now you don't really get out of anything. Hopefully, he's a bit more disciplined, right?
I wanted Moses Brown. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like Moses Brown, what I seen from him in that summer league, that was special because not only was he creating his own offense, but he was also doing very well on defense too, and protecting, the paint, getting boards. It's just like, and I just feel honestly for him because I really think that he's getting snubbed from an NBA opportunity because he's shown look like he's shown time and time again that
Yeah,
he's worthy enough of being in the NBA. But it's I guess people ain't looking at traditional bigs like that.
yeah, that's exactly what it is. I think if you're gonna get a big who's not floor spacing, you need to get a big who's mobile. Who can really defend multiple positions, give you a whole lot of energy, and that's what I think Koloko brings to the table. Right now, my guy right here says, "Hey Dan, would you rather play a player Koloko over Castleton?"
Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
yes, and the reason why is because Castleton is going to get eaten alive defensively, and even though he has high basketball IQ and he shows some good offensive upside, that's not what the team needs right now. We got plenty of offense. It's really
Me
defense,
too.
energy, spark plug type. So yes, to answer your question, yes. Do you agree,
Yeah.
Maurice?
Oh yeah, I agree. I gotta go take a look at Christian Koloko defensive highlights. I gotta
Mm-hmm.
take a look at that, and then I'll be able to evaluate what he's gonna do. But hey, we need a big man. Period. AD cannot play the five again. He cannot do it. I
Yeah,
don't want that to happen. I
absolutely.
will lose my mind if I see him at the five again and he's struggling.
And you know what? He mentioned it himself. He would like a big man to play alongside more often than not, and that's him saying it nicely. If you ask me, that's just him saying it
Better
very nicely.
satisfy him. You better
Yeah,
satisfy him because the last thing you want is for him to say, just send me somewhere else.
right.
That's the last
Absolutely.
thing we need right now.
Yeah, facts. So yeah, man. Hopefully this ends up being a good acquisition. Maurice, it's always good listening to you, man. Talking to you, my brother. I look forward to more phone call Fridays with you this season, man. Take care,
Anytime,
all right?
man.
All
You
right, my
too.
brother. All right, take it easy.
All right.
So yeah, guys, look, listen. At the end of the day, I will say that this to me is more of a potentially good move. And it sounds like it has nothing but upside. I don't see no downsides to this outside of maybe giving up a second round pick to clear a roster spot or something like that. Right? But I really can't see no cons. We are very thin in the front line, and maybe this could be a huge blessing because when those guys come back, guys like Christian Wood and Vando, now our front line will look a lot better with an acquisition like this. A lot better. Like I'm not saying I feel secure until we get a veteran big. Maybe Jonas Valanciunas will still be in play around the trade deadline. Maybe other bigs will be in play. But for now, we need something, right? Let's see. I'll answer a couple questions. Uh, my guy says, Dan, do you think Vincent can produce what D'Lo can? Offensively, no, absolutely not. D'Lo, no disrespect to D'Lo, he stinks defensively, but offensively, he's definitely a different type of breed as far as point guard. Like he is the modern day point guard, which is floor spacing. He can play make a little bit, but the problem with him is that he magically disappears in the postseason. So I like Vincent better for his defense. Again, his ball handling not as good. He can attack the rim, do some things. He can shoot when he's healthy, but he's not going to give you the same offensive production. However, defensively, he would be huge. And if we ended up trading D'Lo away, what I would then do is, if we end up trading D'Lo away, I think we have to look for a replacement. Obviously, that Colin Sexton trade that Bleacher Report proposed that included Walker Kessler is very intriguing in that sense, right? His name is Christian Koloko with a K. So yeah, if you guys are looking him up, Christian Koloko, here it is. Perfect. See, my guy put it. That's exactly how it's spelled. Perfect. Hey, Major Marketing, appreciate you, man. But talking about real, I want to bring my good friend, man. I'm glad he's joined. He's about to join the chat. My good friend. You guys may have seen him over on Lakers Nation. Oh, he just lagged out. Hopefully he comes back. I'll save you a spot, bro. Matter of fact, let me drop the link again. But yeah, I was gonna bring up my good friend D Free. Let's see if he does come back on here. There he is. Yeah, my mouse is acting a fool right now. All right, go ahead and put him up on the stage. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Oh, he's trying to get his stuff situated as well. We'll give him a little bit of time. I'll answer a couple more questions here. Vandal still hurt? Absolutely, he is. Vandal is still hurt, and that's one of the reasons that this acquisition was pretty solid. Was pretty decent. Appreciate you, Kimiko. Christian made of brittle wood. You're talking about what Christian? The one we're trying to acquire, or the one we already have on the roster? What Christian are we talking about here? Vando? Yeah, Vando as well. My guy said, I got a nickname for him. For Loco. I like that. Hey, If he ends up being a fan favorite, that might just play out. All right, I'm gonna give my guy D Free some time because I can't hear him at all. I don't know if you guys can hear him, but I can't hear him at all. So let's give him time to get situated. I'd love to hear his opinion on all this. Uh, let's see. D Prince, what's up, my brother? Good to see you. He said, Dan, Lakers is really in love with slim, skinny centers. LOL. How many bruising bigs is still out there available, though? That is true, and that's a great point. And I don't think it's so much that they're in love with them. I just think the modern NBA is moving away from the slow, grinded down players, in the NBA. The post you back to the basket, post you up types. There's less and less of them, and the ones that there is, the ones like Jokic, guys like that, they have to have other skill set like floor spacing, playmaking, stuff like that to make up for their lack of defense and explosion and athleticism. So, hopefully, it's really interesting that you mentioned that we're in love with thin centers. I think that's the best we can get right now. And with Koloko, he makes up for it because he's a legit 7-footer. Jackson Hayes is what, 6'10", 6'11"? This guy's legit 7-footer. His wingspan is tremendous, and his mobility is really good for that size. So let's see. Joe says, what if the Lakers let go for Bruce Brown and create a roster spot to sign Koloko? Damn. You mean make a play for Bruce Brown and make a trade? Anything's possible. Whatever the Lakers are cooking up, they better cook it up quick because this kid's options are going to open up. And I'll be really disappointed if they can't even sign a role player. Like that right there would take me completely out. Who do we waive? I think it's more so who do we trade away? And I think in this situation, we have plenty of wings. You can see the odd man out being Cam Reddish, or maybe somebody wants to take Christian Wood's injured contract. He's on a 1-year deal. I mean, who knows? I hope we trade Cam to create a roster spot. Yeah, that's very likely. Another skinny center. I agree. We need thicker set bloke. I'm not too concerned with that. For me, I think Jackson Hayes would be tremendous if he just didn't get in foul trouble because he is a live wire. He's a spark plug. He's an energizer bunny who gets up and down that court. So let's see here. I wish D'Lo had that killer in that postseason. You know what? We really wouldn't even have this conversation if D'Angelo Russell was killing in the postseason. I agree with that, man. The conversation about a replacement at the point guard position, that is. So, yeah, you're 110% correct, man. And the only reason we have these combos is because of that. Looks like we got Super Chat.
Oh, my God. Wow.
Jonathan, appreciate you, my guy. Thank you so much. He said, Koloko had a blood clot in January. Hopefully he's fine. Well, he's looking to get cleared by the medical staff. That could be something that's a setback here. I think if he's looking to get cleared, he might have recovered fully. Remember, something similar happened to Brandon Ingram after we traded him away, and he ended up recovering just fine. So hopefully that is the case moving forward. My guy said, my bad, bro. It's not working. I'm not sure why. Don't worry about it, man. Hey, next time. But yeah, I can't wait to hear your opinion on this take. It is Phone Call Friday, guys. I didn't announce it. Completely forgot since we're so wrapped up in the news. But anybody who wants to hear their take, go ahead and click on the link I just dropped in the chat, and we can definitely discuss. Bismack available? I think he is. I think he might be. But I like Koloko's upside a little bit more than Bismack. Bismack, we know, he's a big body. He's athletic. He can block shots and rebound somewhat. He has zero offensive skills outside of maybe catching lobs and blocks. I think Koloko has more potential, right, than this kid for sure. But if you're looking for a veteran, just, a big body, I wanted him last year, I believe. So I wouldn't be opposed to somebody like that either. Let's see. What up from Las Vegas, DTLF? Appreciate you, man. From Vegas, my guy out there getting it in. Appreciate you, man, for stopping by. My good friend Chris. It's always good to see you, man. And hopefully all is well, man. Hopefully your summer has been tremendous as well. Trade Cam, a lot of people. The only thing I like about Cam is his defense. That's it. It's weird because in Duke he was an offensive demon, and for whatever reason, that he turned into much more of a defensive player, which can be problematic at times because we already have Vando out there, and at times the defense will sag off of these players and force them to show the jump shot, and it can feel like you're playing 5-on-4 because now they have an extra defender to sag off and go ahead and roam around and guard one of our 2 stars or somebody else. So that can be problematic, his lack of offensive prowess. But again, I like Cam. It's a shame that we need more floor spacing from that position. Otherwise, Otherwise, I would say, yeah, it's a no-brainer. Cam Reddish. My guy Prince said, now other teams can smell desperation in us. Dan, watch them ask for multiple firsts for a young player for Kessler. Yeah, they already have. I agree with that. And there's been multiple reports saying that sources are saying that, everybody knows the Lakers are desperate right now, right? So that's the reason it's been so hard to move off of contracts and do certain things while other teams be moving players left and right? So first preseason game is officially October 4th. Hopefully you guys will be right back. If you already haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe because I will be covering it, as you guys already know. All my day ones already know, man, pre-game, post-game, and during the game over on playback. So make sure you guys do tap in. I would keep Hayes or Rui. Wait, what do you mean? I don't think we have to make a decision between both of them. Yeah, I don't think so. But what I would say is things are very intriguing. Now I wanted to talk about the next subject, the next topic in hand, which is Jeanie Buss saying LeBron James is the GOAT. Again, this rubs some of us the wrong way. Some of us, like me, I really don't take her opinion serious when it comes to basketball stuff because she's more of a PR person, and I feel like her relationships with people impact her opinion, which is fine. But yeah, it was a shocker to some of us simply due to the fact that she had always said Kobe Bryant was the GOAT, was Los Angeles' GOAT, and now she kind of switched up a little bit. So you can see how that would be problematic in some Laker fans' eyes. However, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I really can't say too much on that. Just because if your GOAT is this player or that player, it's not going to rub me in any way, shape, or form. But it did catch me by surprise a little bit. I know some of you guys were irate and were hitting me up, man, and understandably, like I said, we have an emotional connection always to our GOAT, Kobe Bryant. But one thing I do know about LeBron is he for sure is going to go down as one of the GOATs, and to a lot of people, the GOAT. So it doesn't surprise me. And the older he gets and the more longevity he has to his career, the more it is, because some people are going to switch their minds. But again, I did not expect Jeanie Buss to say this, especially with her relationship with Vanessa Bryant and Kobe throughout the years and all of this, right? So, all right, I'll take a couple more comments, questions. Looks like the link isn't working to my StreamYard today. It worked for my guy Maurice. I tried to let my guy Zadrian in here. It didn't work for him. And it looks like my guy D Free couldn't get in here either. But if you guys want to, the link is there. If you want to give it a shot, I'm open to it. My guy Tech says, what up, Dan? I hope the Lakers front office don't just talk the talk. They actually better walk the walk with some trades. Absolutely. Especially if we get off to a slow start this season. The pressure is going to be on. LeBron is very close to having, I think next year will be his farewell tour. And I'm pretty sure he's going to want to compete, So Bruce Brown is overrated and not worth what he will cost. Waive someone does us no good because our cap situation. Yeah, they got to figure that out, especially if they want a young, talented big man like Christian. They're going to have to figure it out. I'm not too concerned. That's their job to figure out. But, yeah, they are going to have to figure out something there. And, again, the things I like about the young man, he's wiry. He's 7 foot tall, extremely athletic. As you saw in the clip, he can run the floor. Not necessarily a floor spacer, but the jump shot looks good. Maybe they can work with it. And can switch multiple positions on the defensive side, right? Now, to what that will translate, God knows. Nobody knows to what it'll translate to, right? But if it translates to, G League minutes, or if it translates to backup bench minutes, or if it translates to even starting minutes, we don't know. Most likely, not the latter. But again, you just never know, man. You just never know. Salute, Satchel. Good to see you, man. Hey, we just gearing up for the season, man. Hopefully you guys are excited. We got less than 20 days left in the NBA season. Zadrian trying to come up here. Bro, I keep clicking your link, but for whatever reason, it's not, I guess it's not letting you on the screen, my brother. It's going to be, it's probably a malfunction by StreamYard. My apologies, guys. All right. Says here, the link works. It even says we're on the stage. That's why you can see us. It just doesn't actually connect me. I feel you're not the only one, my brother. It's probably it's probably a StreamYard issue. Who do we waive, Dan? Again, we can't waive anybody because of the cap situation, so they're going to have to be traded away. We might have to attach a second-round pick, but if it was my guess, I think Cam Reddish. I can't think of anybody else who we can't utilize on this roster unless they're ready to part ways with a bigger name, right? Unless there is no waiving anybody, because if you do that, their salary stays on the books and you're at the door of the apron. You're right about that, bro. Thank you for reminding us that fact right there. Very factual. Hey, Dan, do you think the Lakers will make a trade to sign Koloko? I think they're going to try. Let's see if they're able to pull that off for sure. They have to, right? If they want another backup big at a very low cost, low to no cost, and still hold on to their first-round picks for a bigger deal down the line, this might be the pathway, right? A second-round pick or two should get the deal done. But who that is, who that name is, I will bring you guys more content as soon as it officially happens, assuming it officially happens. You think so, Justin? I hope so, because that means the Lakers win another title. So I hope so, man. But the West is no slouch. It's going to be really hard, extremely difficulty, and it's going to be a bumpy ride along the way. For the documentary, I think his documentary is going to be awesome regardless. But you're right. Another championship couldn't hurt. What's wrong with Jeanie? Is she too friendly? She doesn't want to hurt friends' feelings despite the front office sucks. Yeah, I do believe Jeanie Buss is a very loving individual. It's part of the reason why we have kind of fallen in love with her persona over the years and defended her even through criticisms. But there is a fault in that. You don't mix with business with pleasure sometimes, you know, and I hope she comes off of that. Otherwise, fans are going to get louder and louder and eventually clamor for, you know, the inevitable, which is to sell the team. So hopefully she gets her ducks in order and understands that business is business and pleasure will be pleasure. Appreciate you, Kimiko. Thank you so much. Hey, Strega, good to see you. And thank you so much for Super Chat. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and roll one of these. Got something coming up for you guys real soon.
Thank you, God.
If you guys enjoy those, you're definitely going to enjoy what I'm going to drop starting October 4th. Been working hard in the studio trying to get these things down pat. You'll understand once I drop it. But thank you again so much for Super Chat. And thank you for tapping in, Striker. We were just talking about, if you're just tapping in, guys, we were just talking about the potential of the Lakers acquiring Christian Koloko, a 7-foot, 22-year-old center who was out of the league due to respiratory issues. Something about a blood clot. I'm no doctor. But Shams was reporting that the 7-footer Koloko is finalizing a return to the NBA and that the Lakers are the front runners to sign him. All right. It also mentions that the Raptors are interested in bringing him back, even though they waived him. So I'm not sure he would want to go back there. Who knows? Maybe they did it for his own good. The Clippers, of course, they're always – listen, one thing that annoys me about the stinking Flippers is that anytime the Lakers are involved, here come the Flippers, man. They're like that jealous cousin that wants to get it in everywhere you get it in, right? They're C blockers for sure. And then the Spurs are also interested in Koloko. So there's a reason there's multiple interests in this young kid, and I think it's because he is, a phenomenal talent with some upside for sure. I'm more excited to see JJ might be in the minority. No, you know what? I'm very excited to see JJ. I think that's the premier thing here is that we no longer have to root against Darvin because we have a young, exciting, energetic coach that's probably going to implement some phenomenal things and develop some, young players. So I think you're definitely in the majority. I think most of the Laker fans are excited to see not just what JJ brings, but what Scott Brooks brings, brother. What a couple of these other coaches, Nate McMillan, a couple of these other guys can bring to the table. So yeah, very excited, man, and can't wait to invite you back on Around the League so we can discuss it. JJ is who I'm excited about. There you go. See, we're not alone here. What do you think about C. Wood for a Duop Reith from the Blazers? The thing about Christian Wood is a lot of question marks. Is those knee injuries are no joke. Is he going to be the same? Is he going to be able to contribute right away? Is he going to take time to ramp up? So I wouldn't be opposed to trading him for the right piece. If we're talking about the Blazers, DeAndre Ayton's name comes to mind. Now he's a bigger contract, so it wouldn't work. Robert Williams is definitely somebody to keep an eye out for sure, especially if he can stay healthy. Right? Dan, can we trade Wood even though he's injured? I'm actually not sure what the rule on that is, but I've seen injured players get traded before. I believe as long as there's you disclose, the fact that he's injured and you give him some draft capital or compensation or whatever, I think you can, but I'm not sure. That's a good question. Hey, what's good, John? How you doing, my guy? Good to see you, man. Hey, listen, a lot of content coming, so make sure y'all hit that post noti bell. Listen, we're just talking about Christian Koloko, what type of fit he will be here. We showed a little bit of a clip earlier, so if you guys didn't get to watch that, definitely rewind that and check it out. King James second championship and parade would make California go crazy. Steve Ballmer will be rolling in his grave. Yo, my guy already put him in a grave. He's not quite there yet, Chris, but I feel you. I feel you, man. And I do believe that another championship in Los Angeles, especially because we didn't get a parade in the last one, would be exactly what we needed for sure. Bring the community together, gets us all excited. Most importantly, keeps building on that phenomenal Lakers championship legacy. We're one behind the Celtics. We never want to be behind anybody. All right, no Diddy. We never want to be behind a single person. So hopefully, we are able to do some things there. Every time. How you doing, Tamika? Good to see you. Let's see. The players love him already. Oh, who are we talking about? JJ? JJ, from everything I heard, and this is why I wasn't too concerned with him, as long as we got the right assistant coaching staff, was that he was a workhorse. And it sounds like he's been getting it in. No, did he? It sounds like he's been getting it in, and he's been definitely putting in the work. So you love to see that. We'll see how that translates to the actual court, because a lot of times we've heard great things about coaches, just like we did with Darvin, and it didn't end up panning out. It says the Flippers are trying hard copycats. I dislike them, that I am willing to buy a jersey just to burn it. Don't help them, bro. When you buy a jersey, you contribute to their cause. Do not buy a jersey, especially if you don't like them. Only buy a jersey if you like somebody, because really, you'd just be wasting your money, my friend. But I understand the sentiment for sure, and it's unfortunate. Appreciate you, Kimiko. Thank you so much. All right. Now, let's see. I think I had one other topic to discuss. Let me make sure. I think we went through everything, didn't we? All right. So Christian Koloko, again, 22 years of age, 7-footer, tremendous wingspan, would be a good acquisition for the Lakers. If anything, off the bench as an energy, spark plug type player. Now, here's the thing. I think Shams messed up because I actually believe he's 24, which is not a problem at all. 22, 24, not a huge difference. But both on Google and on ESPN, and mentions that he's 24 years of age. And he was the 33rd pick for the Raptors in 2022. So it makes sense. It makes sense. But again, Koloko is somebody who can definitely help us as an energy guy. And he didn't get too many minutes last season. Again, he was dealing with something. But, when he does get minutes, he averages a block per game, which is very good considering the fact that in his career, he's only averaged 13 minutes. So imagine if he averages 20. Could that be duplicated to 2 blocks per game, right? Could that be the case right there? And, we have to ask. These questions will be answered assuming we acquire him. Oh, this is a great question, man. A football question. So for those of you that don't understand the context of this question here by Kylo Ren, do I think Tua should retire? Now, Tua Tagovailoa, I hope I didn't butcher his name, by the way, is the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. All right. He was playing football. He didn't slide properly. He went in head first, and he caught, I think, what is his second or third concussion, if I'm not mistaken. And everybody knows when you get multiple concussions, it becomes extremely life-threatening. You can get CT. You can get all kinds of horrible defects from getting multiple concussions. And so it's not a question for me to answer. It's for him and his family to decide, man. I wish him the best. Very talented quarterback. He had Miami. He put Miami on the map as of recently. And unfortunately, the injuries have not allowed him. And I think he just got paid as well. So it is a serious concern, man. If you guys didn't see the injury, it was gross. I really considered posting it on Twitter. But I was like, I respected, his, maybe I should have posted because some people didn't get to see what the injury was. But, man, it's really disturbing to watch. It reminds me of like when Sean Livingston, who remembers when he twisted his leg forward? That was really nasty. So it's tough, man. But whatever he decides, I'm cool with it. It's his decision. At the end of the day, they have to evaluate everything in life, right? Their family, the risk, the health concerns for the future, all of that. How much he weigh more than Jackson Hayes? You know what? I'm not sure if it's more than Jackson Hayes, but Let me see. How much does he weigh? That's a good question. No, it doesn't say here. Maybe somebody could look that up for me. It doesn't say here how much he weighs exactly on the page where I have it. Let me look at the ESPN page for you. Oh, so 230 pounds. So definitely weighs more than Jackson Hayes. That's good. He is a legit 7-footer. He's also taller than Jackson Hayes. And so, again, he is an interesting prospect for sure. But nothing is guaranteed in this league. What if he comes to Lakers, he starts getting cooked because we do have a target on our back. Right? My guy said, just tripping, Dan. Every time I see someone wear a Flippers jersey, I want to puke, let alone touch it. You're absolutely right about that. Tua should retire, but he won't. That money talks, my friend. What's up, Vic? Good to see you, man. Good to see all my regulars here back, getting ready for October, man. I see the Laker family is really excited, man. September always gets us excited for October. He said, it's Tua's 4th concussion. He got one before the NFL. Yeah, then in that case, I don't know how many more he can get, right? I'm not exactly sure how many more of those concussions he will get. Really quick, this video is brought to you guys and sponsored by Prize Picks, all right? $10 on your first deposit will get you $50 after your first play. So definitely tap in with promo code DTLF. And shout out to Prize Picks, man, for believing in your boy always and helping the channel grow, as well as you guys and all your support and all your super chats, likes, and views and all that good stuff. I appreciate you guys, man, from the bottom of my heart. And I'm going to bring you guys so much more content this season, so stay tuned for that. What's up, Joel? Good to see you, man. How you doing? It did look bad. I did see the replay. It looked really bad, man. Prayers up for him, man. You hate to see it. Hey, Tara is in the building. She says, I wish he could get the jersey number 4. I'll call him For Loco. Yeah, that's a really cool nickname. And that's definitely marketable as well, for everybody out there selling gear and stuff. So For Loco would be really cool. Especially, here with us Laker fans, when you play well, the nicknames flow. And I'm very proud to be, I birthed a couple of these nicknames like Sofston Reeves. I do believe ESPN got it from your boy because I remember I was the first one to call him that. And we even had released on our website, we had released a T-shirt with Sofston on it. So that's pretty cool, man, when you can put out a nickname and it spreads like wildfire. So I have no doubt that if Christian does end up picking the Lakers, why wouldn't he? But if he ended up picking the Lakers, which he should, and he plays extremely well, he averages anywhere between 15 to 20 minutes or even 12 to 15 minutes, he could make a name for himself. And that For Loco one, it is gold, Tara, for sure. So this big man trash, not trash. Underutilized and underdeveloped, but not trash. He shows a lot of potential, averages a block in 13 minutes. Really good. Really good. Hey, thank you, Kimiko. Yes, that is the promo code when you guys download the app and you make your first deposit. You can type in this promo code here. And again, after your first $10 deposit, you will get $50. All right, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. You'll definitely win some money off of that. And I will be doing entries here on the live stream as the season progresses here in the NBA, especially early on. You want to jump in, guys, early on. A lot of stuff is easier to predict early in the season than later on once the stats adjust. What I will never understand as long as I live is AD would probably never win Defensive Player of the Year, and Gobert always in the running for it. Never, ever going to understand that. It's a politics game. There's a lot of favorites that are being played in the league. Anthony Davis and Bam Adebayo, between both of them, should have a couple, if we're being honest. But unfortunately, for whatever reason, everybody votes for Rudy Gobert, and he's very one-dimensional. He gets cooked in the playoffs, So that's the unfortunate part. But anyways, guys, again, thank you so much for tapping in. Just wanted to bring you guys the latest update. I will be live if anything breaks regarding the Lakers and Christian Koloko, and I will bring you guys more details. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you already haven't. Hit the like button, post noti bell, and tap in with the promo code, guys, if you guys want to fully support the channel to keep growing and keep bringing you guys top-notch content. Again, thank you so much. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. All you got to do is double tap the screen, and I will see you guys on the next one, all right? Enjoy the rest of your night, guys.